Hi everyone, Sully here with Black Ops Toys, coming at you today with the second part of our build in the Task Force 58 Brad. This is from Easy and Simple, their subsidiary CBI. So, great figure. We're going to go ahead and do the rifle set in the next build. I'm going to go ahead and put this pistol in here so I don't lose it. Throw the magazine in, and we'll finish this up later. That belt kit is done. I'm going to do the knife last, and I'll show you why. But we're going to start with the rifle. Rifle's fairly simple. This comes with a couple different scopes. This is a thermal unit, and then this is your regular scope. So daytime, nighttime, and then this has a sleeve over it, and this is going to go in there like that. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get ready, get this started. Magazine is super stuck in here and I don't want to break it, so this is going to be something I'm going to have to wiggle out. I don't need to remove it, I just wanted to show you, but it does come out. I'm going to go ahead and move this dust cover, pull that back. This is your charging handle, and that does move just like the real thing, but really nice rifle. So it comes with a bunch of these little doohickeys right here, and you have a couple of these which are rails, and then you have a couple of these which just go around the handguard. Okay, two different types. So anything that I'm going to use for the rail I'm going to use on the bottom here, and I'll show you why in just a second. We're going to go ahead and throw this on here. He comes with a foregrip and a bipod, and I have my rifle right there. Okay. Okay, just using this as a guide. The other cool thing they have is these offset sights, and you have a front and a back. This is your back, this is your front, okay? And these sit at an angle on here. So these would be your secondary. And they're gonna sit kind of like that, and they do flip up. You can see they move, just like the real thing. So lots of good gear on this rifle. All right, so first thing we're going to do is I'm going to throw on this hand stop, okay? The way they have it photoed, again, you could set this up any way you want. You don't have to use all the parts. You can use all the parts. We're going to go ahead and do it just like they have in the picture. So this right here has your little attachment point. We're going to come in here and just slam that in there, just like that. Now, this is one of those things you may want to use a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of glue. Glue dots are not good for this particular trying to stick it in the rail, okay? Glue dots are for gumming up on the top, on the Picatinny side. So I'll show you that in just a second. But I think that's where I want my forehand to go, my foregrip. Next, I'm going to use this little rail segment. We're going to go in front of that guy. Stick that like that, and then your bipod is going to slide on here. Now the bipod legs do come down. Be careful with that, okay? And then it does, legs do extend like that. So you can see these are very fragile, okay? And I just had a piece come out. Okay. It's going to slide over that. So that will come out, but you want it to be able to slide, so you don't want to glue that. Okay. This is going to slide over that rail segment. And I may want to move this back. So. That's out a little bit far, so I'm going to move that back one. See how that comes out. I'm going to just pop this back one. So I'm 3 back. Okay. The rail segment is going to go, rail segment won't fit right there with that handle behind it, so we're going to go the one in front. with all the finesse of a circus clown. That's what we're going to do. I think that's where I want it. And that's about where I want it, okay? So I'm going to put this on last. Rail segment's where I want it. Next, we have a flashlight, and this is on a swivel right here. Okay, that's going to go, I think, on this side. And again, you can put it on either side. You just want it to make sense. Okay. Then we have PEQ right here, suppressor. All right. I love building the weapons. That's the funnest thing for me to do. Oftentimes I'll customize these by putting different attachments on them. You can change the buttstocks out, you can change the grips out, but lots of cool stuff you can do with these. So I'm going to go top rail first. And this is my rear sight, the one with the little hole in it. We're going to throw this on first, I think. That'll just slide on. We're going to go from the front all the way to the back. And that's not going to get around that, so I got to go front. In order to put this on the back, I'm going to have to pull that out, that charging handle, hold on to it. There we go. Slide that in right behind it. I want that to be a little lay down. Okay. That's about where we want it. So next I'm going to set this guy. Okay. And this is your front, this is your back. I'm going to slide this on. That's about where I want it. Okay, now I'm going to put this thermal on. And again, this is a sleeve. This is pliable right here. And your scope's going to go inside that. Okay. I'm going to slide this on back here. Okay, and you can see this is a little bit loose. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use my glue dot for. Just going to figure out where it's going to sit. About right there. So I'm going to put a glue dot underneath that and it's going to gum it up. Okay, I'm actually going to use half a glue dot. Well, I don't need a whole one on this. Just going to cut that in half. I'm just going to use a tiny bit to gum it up. Okay. Check one more time. So I want my glue dot to be right where this point is right here. So that's it right there. You can hardly see it. And then when I put this on, it's going to make it stick. Now that's not going anywhere. Okay. And this has a cover on it. So this is on a bungee. This is how detailed they are. Super, super detailed. That would flip up like that. Super cool. All right. Next, we're going to do the PEQ. Okay, it's got a lot of stuff on the front end here. So PEQ, and again, this just slides on the rail. Again, a little bit loose. I don't want that to fall off or roll off. I'm going to test and see this thing right here. So that's pretty much where we're going to go. A lot of stuff on the front end. Okay, you'd have to take all of this stuff off in order to use these 45s, just an FYI. You know what, we're going to do this. We're going to do this 45. Yeah, the 45 is actually behind the thermal, so that's actually a good thing. I'm going to go ahead and slide that off. I'm going to slide this 45 here. And then you can actually use them with the stuff on the gun. Come back to about right there, just so you can see what these are for. So, long range, cant it to the side, and then you have short range. Gonna throw this back on. See the glue dot right there? It is removable. Again, it's just to gum it up. And that's about where we want it. Okay. Next, we're going to do the PEQ. And again, I'm going to use a glue dot to throw that on here. Half a glue dot. Just going to throw that. Just don't want that sliding. So I want that to sit about right there. That's it. I'll slide this on. That looks good. Nothing moves. That's what we want. Next, I'm going to do the light. And they have the light on this side. So, about right there. So we have this other rail segment right here. I can move this back if I want to and see how it looks. Fat fingers. You want to do this over a mat that you can see just in case you drop this. Make sure the suppressor goes on. Sometimes you have to turn these to make them sit right. That's about what we're looking for. The light is a little bit loose. So I'm just going to throw a glue dot on that rail segment. That will move. Now it won't slide. That's what we're looking for. Bam. Look at that. So last but not least, I'm going to throw these rail segments on. And again, these can go in wherever you want to. You can make a pattern. We have 3 on each side. So ideally you want it to be able to grip those so you don't burn yourself. So we're going to do 3 right in a row, about right here, 1, 2, and 3. Looks really good. This right here is a heavy gun. And these, you could just tap a tiny bit of glue on if you wanted to, so you don't fall off. But again, you may want to customize the rifle later, take these off. So I don't recommend glue unless you absolutely need it. Sexy. Isn't that sexy? Okay, last but not least, bipod. You can see that this grip does pop out pretty easily. So I'm just going to tap this with a tiny bit of glue. All right. Tiny bit, and I'm just going to literally, I don't want a lot on there. That's it. Just want a tiny bit of sticking power. This will be removable. There we go. Give that a minute. But you can see it's super cool. Last, we're going to do the bipod. So we're going to want to glue dot that. Ran through a whole sheet already. I'm just going to go ahead. This is the other way you can do it. On the small rail segment, you can just go direct to that right there. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to slide that on. There we go. Again, don't lose that washer. Throw that on right there. That's what we're looking for. So this is going to have some movement, so I'm going to do the same thing with this. Just dip a tiny, tiny bit onto there. Hardly any. Just enough so it doesn't slide off. There we go. Okay, that's what we're looking for, and that right there is a complete rifle. Look great on any armory. fold this down. Be careful with it. Watch that washer. Right there. Boom. Okay. If you like this video and you want to see more of these things, make sure that you follow us on Patreon first for these builds, and then we're going to put these on YouTube afterwards. But stay tuned for more exclusive and really cool content like this guy.